Let's see. Can go 2, 1. Yes, we are live.
Hello and welcome, Red Devils United. Aashish and Sagar. We are back today for Man United's game against Arsenal at Old Trafford. Two fallen giants of the English Premier League and two fallen giants who are seeking to reclaim some glory days back.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts, Sagar, today on the team that Ole's fielded with the diamond, back in vogue for the second game running?
Yeah, I think I'm happy with Oli's team selection, because I just wanted us to go with the diamond because it worked pretty well for us, decently well for us against RB Leipzig, beating them 5-0. And yeah, I'm just happy. We have, if we go through the formation, the team lineup, it's De Gea in goal. We have a back four of Van Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, and Luke Shaw, right? And we have a diamond midfield of Fred, McTominay,
Pogba,
Pogba, and Bruno
Bruno,
Fernandes, and two up top, which is Rashford
Rashford.
and Greenwood. So, what do you think about the combination of Fred and Matic, and not going with Fred and McTominay, and not going with Fred and Matic? Do you think that's a good idea?
I think just on the basis of the last season, we saw that Fred and McTominay together they played very well because most of the times they were playing. Matic was out of form, Pogba was out injured, so Fred and McTominay they got that a time or they got those months to establish a partnership,
Right.
and that's where they developed an understanding. And I feel both of them together play better than both of them with either Matic
Yes.
or Pogba at the back. So
Hmm.
because we've seen McTominay start games with Matic and McTominay start games with Pogba in the double pivot at the back, but that has never worked out for us. But McTominay with Fred, somehow they have this telepathic relationship on the pitch where they exactly know where the other is, and we seem to
Right.
benefit from it, even though there is no creativity or there is no start of attacks through them.
Right. 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 Yeah. I think I agree. Like Soldier going with two defensive-minded midfielders is fair, given that we lost 6-1 to Tottenham that day, and he wants to like reinforce at the back and actually have a solid defense, and then hit teams with fluid passing or even on the counter. So I think that's fair to say that Solskjaer has a plan, has
Hmm.
some tactics in mind, and for teams like Arsenal, if we talk about them a little bit, we
Hmm.
are what's the timestamp? So I am at 7:30.
Just 30 seconds ahead.
Okay,
7:58.
got it. So Arsenal, we already knew that they will go with five at the back, because that's what they did with, I think, City and Liverpool as well.
Hmm.
And they lost both of those games, if I'm not wrong. And Arsenal coming into this game have not won at Old Trafford for the last, I think, 16 years, I guess. Maybe something like that. Maybe last win
Is
was
it?
around 2006, where they won against United
Oh.
at home. So we have that record to hold on to, and we have a
Hmm.
lot of positives coming into this game, even though fans don't quite seem to agree with the fact that Premier League form and Champions League form has to be kept separate. I
Hmm.
personally don't agree with it, because a lot of players in this team were part of that team as well, and they will carry a lot of confidence coming into this. So yeah, I think we have a fair chance of winning this game. uh, what are your feelings like? What do you think can happen in this game, and what do you see?
Like for me, so I was just fact checking. We are unbeaten in last 29 home league games.
Yeah,
So in the Premier League, playing at home against Arsenal, we
we
haven't
have done
lost
pretty
against
well.
them
Yeah, we have done pretty
for the
well, I
last
would say.
29, 30 years now.
Yeah,
But Arsenal have had the upper hand in the recent few meetings. We still remember that loss.
right.
against Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, which was unexpected. We were in a good run of form,
Right,
and
right,
suddenly we faced them and lost 2-0.
right.
And I agree when you say that the Premier League and the Champions League form has to be kept separate because they're two
Mm-hmm.
different tournaments, two
Right.
different opponents, and the fact that we have five substitutions available in the
Mm-hmm.
Champions League. So it gives us a chance to rest certain players and then
Lot
bring
of
them
yeah.
on in the second half and sort of
That's right.
change the game. We cannot do that in the Premier League. If something doesn't work, that means we have to stick it out with the resources that we have. But I still feel that United does have an upper hand on Arsenal,
Right.
just because of the fact that we've played in the Champions League and have beaten bigger, better opponents than Arsenal.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
But Arsenal with five at the back, it brings that defensive solidity to the game.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this is where I think a diamond will be essential because we essentially do not have width to break down teams
Right.
that sort of set up a bus. But I don't think Arsenal's setting up a bus against us, even with a
Right.
back five. And I
Hmm.
feel Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka will have a big game on their hands, on that wing to sort of put in the crosses or to overlap, some of our wide players and ensure that we have more bodies in the box when we
Right.
are attacking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's what we are starting to see as well for the first 10 minutes. If we had to recap what happened in the game, it's exactly what you were saying. With five at the back, Arsenal have a lot of width where Aubameyang is playing on the shoulders of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and every time he gets the ball at his feet. He's trying to come inside, cut inside, and actually take a shot, and that allows a lot of space for Kieran Tierney as well
Hmm.
to run at Van Bissaka. So it seems like Van Bissaka is getting double down here on the right hand side,
Yeah,
but
with both Bukayo Saka and Aubameyang,
yeah, yeah,
they're runners. So that's where I think
exactly.
Arsenal will have more bodies in attack.
Hmm.
And that's where Aaron Wan-Bissaka has to make sure, that he doesn't give the ball away often or doesn't go in for the tackle too early.
Right, right,
So
absolutely.
it'll be a,
Yeah,
it'll be a huge game for our defensive fullbacks. Because
right.
Arsenal somehow they have fast players on that
Yeah.
wing back positions. Bellerin on the right, Saka on the left, and then Willian and Aubameyang, the two old experienced stalwarts up front.
I think also fair to say that Arsenal cannot be taken lightly because they won against some team. I cannot pronounce the name in the Europa League.
Oh,
I'm just glad we are
Dundalk.
not in Europa League. Yeah.
Yeah, they beat
So
Dundalk 3-0.
yeah,
I mean, the Irish champions. Oh my God.
ooh, that's huge, right?
Yeah,
Because yeah, Irish champions and we beat
we beat RB
Champions League
Leipzig.
semi-finalists.
A
So
guy who is
yeah,
a fashion model is coaching them,
yeah,
and we beat just
yeah.
that team.
Yeah. Uh, I'm just curious why he came in dressed like that. Maybe he was auditioning for the job.
So there's this clip doing the rounds where
Mhm.
one of the TV commentators asked him about the offside,
Right.
and he was like, "Oh, did you see that offside? I believe the lines weren't as sharp as the lines on your suit jacket."
That's yeah. I don't know why he came in dressed up. But yeah, coming back to this game, I think United have kind of uh, taken a little bit control of the game where we seem to be passing the ball around a little bit, but Arsenal have the majority of the position,
Possession,
and
yeah.
they
They
are
almost
moving it
scored.
around very yeah.
Almost scored from the right. Hector Bellerin came in with a really good cross.
Hmm. Thomas Partey is going to be key for them because he, I think, had his first game against Leicester last week, and Arsenal actually lost that game. But yeah, we all know that Thomas Partey is that was so
That's what I'm
good.
saying. Arsenal, they have a man advantage on either wings. And El Neni and Thomas Partey together, it's like, I would say a better version of Fred and McTominay. Just
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
Thomas Partey in that
Yeah,
in that pair.
yeah,
But both of the sides have opted to not go for creativity through
hmm,
their midfielders.
right.
except for us. Like we have Pogba and Bruno,
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
will
we
not
need to
track
wake
back
up
as
really
often.
fast though. We need to wake up to the fact that Arsenal will take advantage of, like you said, the wing and put crosses into the box where Lacazette and Aubameyang can actually take advantage of it. So we need to be up for it. We need to, like, 14 minutes into the game, we need to have some kind of stronghold now. And it's kind of weird to see. I'm not sure if you have noticed, but Bruno Fernandes is dropping in so deep to actually take control of the ball. I'm not sure if that's something Oli has talked to him about or something like that.
I think it's
But
it's the lack of balls that are going through the middle. This is
yeah, I
what a
think maybe
diamond
he's just
does. It
frustrated.
makes you
Yeah.
very compact. And with Arsenal having bodies,
Okay.
in the box,
Mm.
especially in the center of the pitch, that makes it difficult for us to bypass, or create passing channels. And with
Right.
Bruno dropping back, Rashford and Mason Greenwood, they lose
Mm.
their support, and then they have
Yes.
to drop back. That
Mm.
is why, Oli also mentioned width is very important if I have to play a diamond.
Yeah.
Unless and until the wing backs or the full backs are running, wide up top,
Okay.
we won't see any movement, through the middle.
That is right.
And we
I think
will,
it's just like you said. Bruno Fernandes is starved of position and he wants to get on the ball and create something from the deep. But I think it's not the ideal scenario where you want Bruno Fernandes, your most creative player, not in attacking positions, but lying as a deep lying midfielder. But yeah, I think things have changed a little bit now, and Pogba has moved back to that position now. I think that's a better move, I guess.
so Bruno is with Fred then?
No, Bruno is has moved, I think, alongside Rashford, where I think he does the most damage, and Pogba is circulating the ball. Fred, McTominay just holding his pace. So I think that's what the diamond brings to this game, where everyone has a assigned task in the
Hmm.
midfield, because we know that Partey, like you said, can be super dangerous. Oh, Greenwood is in. Greenwood
Now
is
he's
in. Let's.
offside.
Hmm. Yeah, I think nowadays the linesmen, they wait for the player to, like, make some play and then raise the flag, because they raise it very very late.
Now the
It's
linesman raised
almost
the
like they
flags.
want to give them a chance
It's the
to score
linesman.
maybe or something. Yeah.
It's the other way around. The linesman raised the flag, and the referee holds on to the whistle. The
Okay, right.
referee
Yeah,
sees
got
the
it.
play to come to an end. If it's a goal,
Mm-hmm.
then they do the VAR check.
Right.
So that's why, we were. I don't know if it's somebody was talking about that playing to the whistle has become very important, and Man
Yeah.
United was not doing that in Mourinho's last season.
Yeah. I
Even
think
with,
Rashford got that goal against RB Leipzig because of that.
yeah, had he
He
stopped
was,
thinking that he was
yeah,
offside, then we would have lost that opportunity. And
yeah.
God knows that maybe at that point it was 1-0, and the
Hmm.
game would have ended 1-1 had we not got that goal. So it's important for the players to wait for the whistle and just let the play continue.
There's also this interesting stat which is going around, which says that Rashford up top, uh, he is very influential when he comes off the bench.
Oh, Paul
When you
Merson said
know,
that thing.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure. What do you think about that? Do you think that's the case where you want Rashford to come off the bench and hit teams when they are, I think, tired at around like 65th minute or something like that? What do you think about that?
That's a really good point. I think with teams, that play a high press game,
Hmm.
I would keep Rashford on the bench. I will not
Right.
start him, especially with Anthony Martial coming back
Yeah,
from
absolutely,
suspension.
absolutely. Yes.
And bringing Rashford on for the last 30 minutes, now those defenders are tired because they've been running throughout. And now
Hmm.
Rashford can run through the channels and create opportunities, and Bruno Fernandes can give him those through balls. Right, we can bring in Donny van de Beek, who's another runner and has has a lot of stamina. So I see that there is some truth into it. I see a lot of United fans saying, "Oh, what a lot of bullshit,"
Yeah, yeah,
because it's just Paul Merson and we expect nothing better of him. But I feel that was a really good point because Rashford
yeah.
off
I
late,
think he has a point there. Yeah,
yeah, he
actually.
scored goals later into the game with
Yeah,
PSG, with Leipzig, and uh, the other, I think even with Newcastle.
right. Yeah, with Newcastle as well, he came. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He scored very late. Uh, yeah, I think that's also something to give, like, think about for Solskjaer. Maybe it's better once Martial comes back from suspension. It's better
Mhm.
to hold Rashford back and bring him on when you know that teams are tired and you can find spaces when you pump the ball up like 30, 40 yards over the defense. You know that Rashford is going to catch up to that. So uh, I think we are 20 minutes into the game, and it's fair
Yes,
to say that Arsenal have kind of won the midfield battle for sure.
easily. I mean, Arsenal, they have closed all the channels. They have closed all
Hmm.
the channels. I don't see our defense, passing the ball ahead as quickly as they should be doing it. Like Rashford
Hmm.
is dropping deep of all players. He's in McTominay's place. Who's McTominay? We know if anybody presses him, McTominay will lose the ball.
Right.
Like that part of the game has not been developed yet.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Oh, that was a close call. Like we finally managed to get the ball up ahead, found it through to Greenwood, and Leno was in the right place.
Yeah.
But then we set on the counter. That's where Greenwood and Rashford and Bruno's movements become very
They
important. But
they thrive. Yeah.
but have you seen Pogba? I
What a
haven't seen him
beautiful ball!
involved in the game.
Oh, oh, this was the ball you're talking
Yeah,
about. Nice, sweet, sweet ball for Greenwood. Yeah, it's again like you see, Rashford has to come deep. Bruno Fernandes is coming in deep to get hold of position. I think that needs to be fixed as soon as possible because it should be enough. Like Fred and McTominay and Pogba in the midfield should be able to take care of, like you said, Elneny and Thomas Partey. Even though they are quality players, I don't rate Elneny, but yeah, Thomas Partey has that quality in him, but still he should be these three players should be able to take the midfield battle onto them. So yeah, some changes have to be made.
I think
And
we'll have to tinker with the formation because
yeah,
Arsenal's getting the better of us. Willian sort of
right.
nicked, just went past Fred and Fred had to foul him.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
I think it's a
he's,
tactical foul as well. So
but that's a very early yellow card and
22 minutes into the game, a yellow card can be dangerous.
and Arsenal, mind you, they when they get the ball, it's not as if they just hold back and they pass it back. They
Right,
build from the back. They
right,
pass
right.
it through to either of Willian or Saka, and we can see that they run at the defenders.
Yeah,
They're not the
yeah. I
ones to
think
hold back.
all the goals or the clips I've seen from Arsenal playing well have been goals which have around 20 to 25 passing uh, patterns before they actually put the ball in the net. So I think that's like you said, it's the way Arteta wants Arsenal to play, and we are playing right into their hands with this formation now. So Mike Dean is having a horror now.
Your dream? Who's your dream?
Mike Dean.
Your fantasy team?
So I think I don't have anyone from United. Do you have anyone?
Me neither. This is the first time, not the first time, I think since 2018 I stopped taking United players until about the
Yeah, it's
restart
been a long
when
time. Yeah. The only option I had was Bruno Fernandes because he has some potential of giving points with penalties. But other than that, I don't see anyone else. Maybe a clean sheet might be a possible in this game as well, but I didn't want to kind of take that risk.
no, I'm not taking any United defender right
Yeah.
now. Unless Telles comes into the squad and we're playing 3-5-2,
Hmm.
I don't trust four at the back
Hmm.
with our team. And no matter what we say about Harry Maguire being a good defender, okay, he's a good defender, but
That's a
I don't see
really
him
bold
marshalling that
interception
defense.
by. And oh, Rob Holding has to get a yellow, right?
Yeah,
No.
he got a yellow.
Okay. He has been giving away a lot of tactical fouls. I'm surprised that he's giving a yellow now.
Oh, I forgot this guy's name. This referee, I always,
Mike Dean.
Mike
Yeah,
Dean. This
yeah.
guy loves
He's
to brandish a card,
yeah.
you
That's his
know,
favorite thing to do
and
in the
I think
game.
he's given the most cards to managers as well.
Yeah,
Mourinho is his favorite recipient of a card, yellow card or a red card.
yeah. It's raining quite heavily as well in
Ooh, that
Manchester.
wasn't an offside. But anyways, if you see how Arsenal are playing, whenever you get a ball, they always have two bodies on our players. Always.
Yeah. And yeah, I think to break Arsenal in this formation, we need to be much more fluid with our passing lanes. I think we need to
Absolutely.
find something or some kind of inspiration from someone and break them down. Maybe
This
moving
is
the ball around from left to right and right to left and just playing it around in the midfield, central position, then finding some space. I think that might be a good way to, yeah, just like what we are doing now.
what do you think about Donny Van de Beek? I feel that guy is press resistant. He almost always finds a way to find, his own teammate whenever there are two people pressing him
Yeah.
or three people pressing him.
I would have liked to see him on like in this game, but I know what Soldier. I think I might. It might be
That's
possible
a
that
foul
Soldier
again.
is.
And this is
Yeah,
another tactical foul. Yeah. Another yellow card for
another
Arsenal.
yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so both
So.
Gabriel and Holding are on a yellow now. I think we should take an advantage of that, especially
hmm,
with Rashford, in the box.
yeah, I think that's quite possible. Yeah, I think Van de Beek, like you said, coming back to that point, I think Soldier is kind of keeping him for the Champions League games. Like I think we discussed, I think one of the videos we were making about the transfer window, we had discussed that Van de Beek has a lot more experience than these players in the Champions League, and he has that experience of playing in big games. So I think that's what Solskjaer is trying to leverage from Van de Beek's experience, where he plays all the Champions League games, and so let's see.
I think that can be a valid point.
Yeah.
With the
Hmm.
Premier League, no, maybe the pace of the league
Yeah. Right.
and the
Yeah.
games are
He
coming
still
thick and
might not
fast.
have gotten used to it. Yeah.
So he'll get chance. And let's not forget that Klopp has also held back on players. Like
Mm-hmm.
Fabinho didn't start until December when he was
Hmm.
bought,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think another player,
Nabi Keita was
Naby Keita, yeah.
also was benched for a long time before he got his real chance in Premier League.
Mourinho has done that to players as well, but it's just
Yeah.
a way to see if they can truly fit in, if they have the character. Like
Exactly.
they were bought for a lot of money, but they're not being played. Are
Yeah.
they creating a ruckus in the dressing room,
Hmm.
or are they determined? They're like, okay, we understand, and I know it's frustrating, but I'll stick through it. I'll get my
Yeah.
chances and I'll take it. I'll be ready for it. So that,
Yeah. I
that
think there are two types of players, right? You when you get them into a team, I think there can be two type of players where some have that personality where you throw them into the deep end and see how they do, and they actually come out uh, flourishing because of that challenge. And there are some players who need to be taken care of, like you said, where you gradually let them seamlessly transition into the team, and you know that they are ready for the Premier League and getting used to the pace. I think that's what is happening with Van der Beek,
mhm.
where I think that's a good way as well, like where some players need that time. Even though you know that he's a quality player and he's much better than, in my opinion, uh, uh, from McTominay, he's much better than him, but still, he needs that time. Yeah.
And with Van de Beek, no, I feel that people will say that he'll be wasted
Oh, that's a
as a
yellow
Syrian.
card, right? What?
Oh no,
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang wasn't given a yellow for it.
What the? Yeah, he needs to be. I think Fred got the yellow card for much less, and that's a bad title as well. He's giving him a warning, but that warranted a yellow card. So Bruno Fernandes taking the dead ball.
It's interesting today. I'm like, you're 20 seconds ahead of everybody on the stream. It feels good.
Nothing happened. Let's
Now, this half, I think United should see through this half,
yeah,
and
maybe yeah.
we shouldn't let Arsenal score. This is what I feel.
Mm,
Arsenal, for all their play and all their pressing
mm,
and good
mm,
positional
mm.
sense and man marking, I haven't yet seen an end product towards the goal. Ever
Right.
like they had that one chance where Bellerin, put in that ball
Yeah.
and Aubameyang just about made it.
Yeah.
And since then, I haven't seen them taking a shot, and David De Gea has pretty much been silent. I
Yeah.
hope we stay
Yeah.
that way for the next
Hmm.
15 minutes, and then
What do
second
you?
half we
I
should see
wanted to
things
get
change.
your opinion on what do you think about who is the better manager in terms of Solskjaer and Arteta. I know they're
That's ever
not.
the debate, no?
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is a right time as well, like United versus Arsenal, live watch along, and you can discuss who do you think, in your opinion, is a better manager or has done a better job.
So I saw this Arsenal fan putting up a tweet,
Mhm.
and he compared Mikel Arteta to Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, Mikel Arteta, he hasn't even played 50 games, I guess, so far, as Arsenal's coach.
Hardly, because Solskjaer just it's his 100th game in charge. So yeah, for sure.
And that stat was like Mikel Arteta has a better win percentage than Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson,
Uh,
mind you, has played over 1,000 games, 1,500 or 1,600 games. His win percentage was 52. Mikel Arteta was at 54. And it was like Mikel Arteta is a great manager all of a sudden.
yes,
I'm like, wow, these Arsenal
that's.
fans, okay, I sometimes feel we nitpick, but they they pull out all stops. He
Yeah.
beat Dundalk, the champions of Ireland, so he's definitely a better manager. We just beat a Champions League finalist and a
And the
semi-finalist.
semi-finals.
So, but yeah, jokes apart, I still feel Mikel Arteta and Solskjaer have a lot to prove. Solskjaer
Yeah.
definitely a big game manager.
Hmm.
Arsenal has somehow proved to be, a tricky fixture for us.
Hmm.
Just because they're unpredictable as a side. They have good days and then they have really bad days.
Right.
Mikel Arteta, again, he must have been Pep's assistant and has become media's darling, but I don't see him doing anything, brilliant on the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just doing what Solskjaer did with, three defenders, three center backs, two wing backs,
Hmm. Hmm.
and shoring up the defense,
Right.
and then having runners up top.
Right.
Like he's following the same tactics. There's nothing different that he's done with this Arsenal team.
Yeah.
So I feel Solskjaer has shown us that, on his day, he
Uh-huh.
can be the most brilliant manager around when
Right.
he can change tactics midway through the game and be spot on with the substitutions.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, that's right.
So it's like 55-45 to Solskjaer.
Right.
But
So I think it's funny you mentioned the tactics which Arteta is kind of employing at this time because when Solskjaer was actually given charge of United, he followed a very similar formation as well, where he knew that he had to shore up his defense and then hit teams on the break, and we were quite effective in doing that against the top six teams, like you said. Solskjaer has a great record with against the top six teams. But he got a lot of criticism because of tagged as a counter-attacking team. But now when you see Arteta also employing the same kind of formation and tactics, you don't see that kind of exposure or that kind of debate happening around Arteta's tactics and what he has done in the last, I think, 10 months or
Mhm.
7 months he has been at the club. So I think, yeah, at United, mainly because we are a much bigger club, to be fair. And
Way big.
you get you get that media exposure and lot of critics taking a look at how United are doing, and that's where Solskjaer gets his criticism as well, which is fair. Which is fair. You expect United to be at their top levels and get results. And yeah, like you said, for me, Solskjaer I think has done a better job because finishing last season in third, where yeah, you can say that the whole league was not up to the mark, where Liverpool just ran away with the title, but still the team which we had and the resources with Solskjaer, I think he did the best he could because
Mhm.
we all knew that we are not even close enough to City or even Liverpool. So what's the next best? I think it's third. So we finished third, and that's, I think, is fair. Where Solskjaer kind of proved himself and got us into the Champions League. Oh, I'm just glad we did that. And Arsenal fans actually come back saying that we won a trophy, which is a FA Cup, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I would rather have finished in the top four than winning FA Cup and playing against Dundalk and winning
Mm.
3-0. So yeah, I don't see any reason why Solskjaer cannot be a better manager than Arteta at this point in time.
Oh, absolutely. Again, these are like new managers, right?
Yeah,
And Arteta had his first real transfer window with Arsenal.
for sure.
He's done well. Like
Yeah.
he's brought in reinforcements. That's what I'll give them credit.
Hmm.
That they knew that defensively they were very frail at the back.
Right.
What did he do? He brought in two young defenders, and he also brought in defenders in the winter transfer window. With Pablo
Hmm.
Mari and
Hmm. Hmm.
Cedric Suarez. I think Cedric Suarez is still with Arsenal,
Yeah.
but oh, so Lacazette just did a Charlie Austin in the box, and he missed the ball. I think we got really lucky in that moment.
Yeah.
Like
Actually,
we are being
it's
very adventurous in our own box, and we shouldn't be doing it.
uh, I think it's true. I have not seen United hold on to the ball for more than 5 minutes,
I'm
and
telling you, it's
it's
like
already
two
been
two
36
two
minutes
players on
now.
us. That's why I said
Oh wow!
McTominay as a
Oh,
CDM
wow!
will not work. McTominay with Fred in
Yeah.
that double pivot will work.
Hmm.
McTominay just as a CDM does not work.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
he is not press resistant. Everybody knows it. Arsenal presses him, he loses the ball, and the ball goes back to Lindelof, Harry Maguire, they're
Hmm.
in pressure, and Aaron
Hmm.
Van Bissaka and Luke Shaw have to fall back.
Yeah.
So we are not seeing the ball come up ahead through the middle, and that's where
Yeah. Yeah.
Van de Beek is important. Maybe put Fred in or bring Matic in. I don't know. We have to.
Yeah, I think I we mm, might not have even seen McTominay on the ball in 37 minutes. I think he's just. I think Oli
He
also mentioned in one of his press conferences that he likes the combination of Fred and McTominay because they bring a lot of energy onto the pitch. I agree. They bring a lot of energy, lot of tenacity to the pitch, but that's not going to be enough for a club like United, right?
too close, too close. We again lose the
So,
ball, and Arsenal's regaining control. Lindelof this time lost the ball in Luke
oh,
Shaw's area, and this is what I'm saying. Arsenal are pressing like dogs,
yeah.
and in that box, Aubameyang and Willian, they're very intricate. They're very
Hmm,
fleet-footed.
hmm, hmm.
Not Lacazette, but
We need to stop messing around with the ball in the box. Oh, Willian hit the bar, right?
yeah, he hit the bar. Like that's why I'm saying we need press-resistant players. That's why McTominay will not work here.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
if he lets the ball through, then it can lead to a one-on-one or a two-on-two or a straight shot and goal for Arsenal. And then we have to create our chance. We have to create from the back and run away all through to Arsenal side. And we don't have bodies there in the box. Then what do we
Absolutely.
do? Sideways passing. We bring the pressure on us, and Arsenal are doing a really great job of winning the ball back from us.
Yeah, yeah.
Even now, Harry Maguire,
Even the second balls are won by Arsenal. So
they're doing
that's
a great job,
frustrating.
and our defense knows it. And then Harry Maguire still wants to keep the
Ah,
ball and play it back. Now we play it back again. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, there's nobody up front. What does he do? He finds Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof gives it back to Dage. Dage gives it back to Maguire.
yeah,
Now Rashford gets the ball. Nobody close
in
to
the
him. He
box.
loses it, and Arsenal regain it. That's
Yeah,
been the
that's what
story
has
of
been
this
happening.
half.
Yeah, yeah. We have a real shot at winning this game as well, because if we win this game and we win against Everton, who have lost two consecutive games now,
Have they?
we have,
No,
yeah,
Everton.
Everton lost today. So
Did they?
if yeah, so
Oh
against
wow, I
Newcastle they
didn't.
lost today. So we have a real chance of getting challenging for a title, if I may say that, which is quite not possible in my opinion. But yeah, we still have a good chance because the league seems to be quite open. But yeah, it's there for Liverpool just to run away with the title now. If they find any kind of consistency, it's
Liverpool
going to
is
be
tenacious.
them.
That is what
Yeah.
Klopp is doing with them. They were champions,
Mm.
and they've
Yeah.
had big injury setbacks. But what Klopp, that's what a manager, a championship winning manager brings to the
Mm.
table, the mentality. Okay,
Mm.
we maybe, play down, we have lost our best defender, but we are
Mm.
champions.
Yeah.
That's what Alex Ferguson also did. We beat Arsenal, where we had 7 or 8 defenders in our
8-2.
squad,
I
and
think
we
that was
still
the
beat
8-2
Arsenal.
game, right?
Huh?
That was the 8-2 game, right?
No, not
Where I
that. That
think,
wasn't the 8-2 game. This was, I think it was an FA Cup game where we beat Arsenal 4-1 or something.
yeah, I
But
think I remember that game. Johnny Evans and everyone, I think.
yeah, Johnny Evans, Fabio, Rafael. Fabio and Rafael were wingers,
Yeah, yeah.
and Johnny Evans was the CDM. And then we had
Yeah,
four
yeah.
regular defenders, and we had
Mm-hmm.
this guy, Johnny Evans, playing. Phil Bardsley, I think, was playing. So
Yeah, Phil
we, with
Bartley. Yeah,
those
yeah.
squads, we still used to, win and win comprehensively.
Okay, now I am seeing United press a little bit higher now. That's okay. That's good to see. At least we can win the ball high. I think
And
just a smooth
Rashford is
transition
again showing
actually.
that as a lone striker without support, like he will miss opportunities. He
Yeah,
cannot play
yeah.
with his back against the
He's no
ball.
Martial for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Martial is much better at doing that. When you leave him isolated on as a forward, he will hold on to the ball and allow everyone to run past him. But Rashford, I think it's fair to say he does not have that kind of hold up play with him.
Do we
To
bring Cavani then? Like with Cavani,
possibly,
he'll be a good threat, especially with two defenders, Arsenal's two centre backs on yellows. And with
yeah,
Cavani just lurking around the box, he will be a handful. And then we can give him those long balls and just bypass midfield altogether.
yeah.
If that's how we have to play today, I'll just go with that. That's still a tactic.
Hmm. But yeah, I think if you bring Cavani, there needs to be a change in shape as well,
Yeah,
because you cannot just play two up top with Cavani as one of the forward players, because he does not have that kind of pace where he can hurt teams. So yeah, there has
okay.
to be a
And
change in shape as well.
how about a 4-5-1
Uh,
with Rashford and Greenwood, slotting on the left and
as
the
the
right
wingers,
side,
yeah.
Cavani as the lone striker in the middle, and
Mm.
then Bruno, Pogba, McTominay, and nah, not McTominay. Bruno, Pogba, and Fred in the middle. Arsenal just
Oh,
missed a header. Had that been Aubameyang, it would have been in the goal. Now we're playing from the back again, and Lindelof. Frankly, nobody is coming closer to get the ball from Lindelof. Then Harry
mhm.
Maguire gets it, he'll give it back to Lindelof. Or yeah,
What the hell are they doing? Yeah, absolutely. I think Saka, a player
oh,
who who he is shorter than all the defensive players we have, he is still winning headers and finding spaces in
dude.
our box. That's embarrassing to
We've
say the
just
least.
strung together 10 passes between Lindelof, Maguire, Fred, Shaw,
Amazing.
and the ball goes back to Fred. who gives it back to Luke Shaw. This is something that Arsenal has done really well in this game, and this is what a diamond does, no? With being so compact, we just get
Hmm.
clustered in the
Yeah.
middle, and the other teams with five defenders or more bodies can just stranglehold us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's what has happened for sure. Like they are closing all the passing lanes to our midfield, so you know that you will have to take that risky pass or take that long ball route to actually reach your forward line and your highest line midfielder. So I think Arsenal and Arteta have got the tactics spot on by
Absolutely spot on.
for tackling this diamond formation. And yeah, I think it's half time, right?
It's a tough kind of. This is where Solskjaer needs to learn.
Hmm.
We've seen Arsenal
Yeah,
playing five at the back
absolutely, absolutely.
against big teams for sure, and even against
Mm-hmm.
smaller teams.
Yeah,
And then he still goes in
yeah.
with a diamond, knowing that we do not have any width. And
Hmm.
with McTominay as a CDM, you just forget about the balls going through the middle.
Yeah, what
So
are your thoughts about the first half? Because I
it's
think Arsenal have dominated
it's
the
Arsenal.
game for sure,
It's
and I'm
Arsenal.
just glad that we go into the first half without conceding a goal, and uh, we have. I think it's high time for Solskjaer to make those changes tactically, maybe change the shape and everything, and actually come back stronger in the second half because we need to get hold of the ball now.
So we
If we don't,
changed positions. Fred moved into McTominay. If you see
yeah,
towards the end of the
McTominay
half,
needs to come off. Yeah, for sure.
that means McTominay will. And I have a feeling Van de Beek should start the second half.
Absolutely.
I
I
really
think
wanted
yeah.
to see because that's where fluidity will come in. That's what you want to see.
Hmm.
With three people who are comfortable on the ball
Hmm.
and who can resist the press, that's where they can identify passes. McTominay cannot do
Exactly.
that. McTominay with Fred double pivot, he can break attacks or he
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
just run up ahead. That's the energy. But today we don't need that energy. We need people who
Absolutely.
can create passing channels or who can find
Absolutely.
someone.
Absolutely. I think the midfield duo of for Arsenal, Elneny and Partey, we knew that Partey has the quality to hold the midfield together, but I think Elneny I think, has done a great job as well with the simple task given to him. Just stick with either Pogba or Bruno Fernandes and close those passing lanes. I think that's Elneny's task, and he has stuck to it really well. He has
Hmm.
done a great job as well. I think these players have helped them win the midfield battle, and United have not found any sort of creativity through the midfield. And
So, Tom Warville, like he's the statistical analyst at The Athletic,
mhm,
he just tweeted saying we have had only 8% of our touches in the attacking third.
exactly, that's the problem, right?
That says a lot about us where we've not done anything. We've not done anything.
Anything. Yeah, absolutely. In terms of creativity, we have had nothing. We have,
Zero.
I think, like you as well mentioned, passing the ball around in our defensive box is not considered to be holding to possession, right?
Hmm.
Where Maguire to Lindelof, Lindelof to Fred, Fred back again. I think that's what is the pattern at this in the first half. We need to change that and change that quick as well. It's going to be interesting for Solskjaer because he has had a lot of criticism from fans, where we know that he takes a lot of time to actually make that changes and make those substitutions. So it's going to be interesting, and I hope he comes out. I don't want to see McTominay coming out of that tunnel in the second half. I want to see a change in shape, change in how we have approached the game so far.
Hmm.
And if he does that, and we go a little bit advanced in terms of passing the ball around and moving the ball around, and we concede that, I think that's fair because he tried something and it
Hmm.
kind of failed. Maybe it didn't quite work out, but yeah, I would like to see that change being made. something has to change. Something, and we are the home team, right? We have the
Hmm.
impetus. It's on us to make and create things, and it's just sad to see. And knowing Arsenal fans all around the world, I know that they are going to feel like they will win the league this season by
Yeah, if they
against
beat us,
Liverpool.
they're winning the league, which
Yeah,
is not happening. Arsenal
yeah,
fans, it isn't happening.
yeah. I'm saying even the first half, like if they the way they have played this game, they will feel like they will win this league for sure. So yeah, we need to shut them down. We need to curb that enthusiasm as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And
And
just one shot.
yeah.
We just had one shot on goal,
Mm-hmm.
but that's it. That was the only notable thing that we did in the entire half. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we have to find a way to stop Arsenal because as as you saw, Arsenal they're doing a great job of pressing, winning second
Mm-hmm.
balls, and then starting
Mm-hmm.
their attack. But creatively, they have not done anything. Like they haven't
Anything.
created
Yeah.
anything out of the
Yeah.
ordinary. It's just that we've let them run into spaces and we haven't pressed them.
Right.
And with
Yeah,
Arsenal,
we
they're
have
like,
actually allowed them or invited them to pass the ball around and move the ball around in very, very attacking areas. I think that's what we have done. And what's the point in doing that when you have Fred and McTominay on the pitch? And the sole purpose you have them in the team is basically bring that energy and tenacity to press them high and close those passing channels. I don't see McTominay doing that any I think yeah in the whole first half. So I think it's time for McTominay to come off the team, and second half something has to change. Yeah, we leave a lot of spaces in our wings,
way too much.
where I think it's all up to Van Bissaka to cover that space, and if he has the and I think his first instinct is just to lunge on the
Yep.
ball, and if someone has some sort of creativity and allows is able to skip past him, it's all open for that guy to cross in a put in a decent ball. So yeah, that there needs to be a change in shape as soon as possible.
Do you think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will do that? This is the test of Ole,
Yeah,
and I see him
exactly,
failing this test
exactly, exactly.
because I
And
don't, I don't
I
trust him.
really hope he makes that change. I really hope he does that, because I know United fans, in our fan base we have fans who will jump onto him. If even if we draw this game, there are United fans who will jump on saying that Oli has not got this right. And yeah, it's fair. I agree. Oli has not got this right, at least in the first half in terms of tactics. But now he has the chance to actually change it. And I see there are United have strung together 268 passes as opposed to Arsenal's 290. But I
But
think
that's all the
200 of those
defenders.
are between Lindelof and Maguire, I guess.
Yeah, it's all the
So
defenders. Like David De Gea has seen more of the ball
yeah,
than
Dan Rashford and Greenwood,
Rashford
right? Yeah.
and Greenwood and Bruno together, or even Pogba.
Bruno, yeah, yeah,
I haven't seen anything,
absolutely.
getting through to Pogba. And this is
And this
what
is what you want. Yeah, good.
I was like, this is what a hole in the middle does. When you have
Exactly.
McTominay, he can be a liability. I would like
Yeah.
for him to come off the bench. This game, definitely get McTominay off the bench. If you need that energy,
Mm.
get him from the bench. But if you are starting a game, get players who can, play
Yeah.
well and take control of the game.
Yeah. You know why the Leipzig game and this formation particularly worked with Leipzig is because we had Matic in the hole, sitting as the defensive midfielder, and you had Fred playing in McTominay's position. And Fred has that, even though he gives away the ball a lot, trying to thread that ball through the defense line, but still he has that tenacity. He has that kind of uh, a side to his game where he closes the passing channels really quickly. And McTominay is not able to do that for sure. I think that's what is happening with him. Something has to change with McTominay, and let's see. Ooh, I'm just seeing. Was Jordan Pickford dropped from Everton's
Yes,
team?
yes.
Wow. I
Like
think
he
he's
has to
just
make a
overrated
statement.
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
Like it was the same thing with him. What was happening with David De Gea?
yeah,
Now
yeah.
Pickford, he was playing every game, no
He has to pick
competition,
himself
and he
up.
was being picked up for England too. And we've seen him being error prone.
Yeah, for sure.
So he needs to be benched for a while. And Everton, again, we've seen their weakness. Without Richarlison, without James Rodriguez, it's the same old Everton squad. And I think today they were found out against Newcastle of all teams.
Yeah, I'll just be back
Hmm.
in 2 minutes. You just keep chatting. I'll just be back.
So 0-0 at halftime, no injury time, because there's nothing of significance that happened in the game. Arsenal have had the better of the ball, and they've had better shots at the goal. And frankly, they've done really well in terms of how they set themselves up, or how Mikel Arteta set them up to play us. And with a midfield diamond, like frankly, we've had no width, and we haven't seen our fullbacks make any attacking run up top. And the fact that we've passed around the ball in our own third than Arsenal's third, it just says how ineffective our midfield pairing has been. Like everybody's hopping on McTominay. McTominay is poor when it comes to being, a single CDM playing in the game, and he loses the ball way too often. He's not able to find players. He is not press resistant. So I see him as a big liability in that squad right now, especially in this game. I would have preferred McTominay coming off the bench and providing some energy if that's why he's there. But right now, I would love to see Donny van de Beek coming onto the pitch. He's much better with the ball. He has footballing sense. He's good with his passing. He's good with resisting a press. And, he's able to make runs in the box as well in the final third and get some of those poachers goals. So for me, Donny van de Beek is can make a big difference to the squad because we're still 0-0. We're still tied, at 0-0, and it's a big chance. And I feel that Ole should seize control in the second half so that we move towards winning the game. A draw, frankly, is not good enough for us if we want to challenge for top four. Because this season, I think, will be another anomaly like 2016, where teams will be dropping points unexpectedly, and we have to, seize initiative and ensure that we don't lose sight of the top four. So it's a test of Ole, and Sagar and me, we were talking about, who's the better manager, Ole or Arteta. Right now, Arteta has been the better manager in the way his team's been set up. So it's on to Ole now, and like frankly, I feel Ole has to, pass the test every single game because there are moments where he just, does something brilliant, and then the next game he plays it safe or loses sight of tactics, and then we are all doubting him that a PE teacher is managing one of the biggest teams in the world. So it's all on to Oli now and how fast or how quickly can he identify that the way the team is set up is not will not gain any momentum. I haven't seen Rashford and Greenwood do anything. They're just passengers on the pitch. With two great finishers, with two great runners. We want to see them on the ball more often. And Bruno is starved of service. He's having to drop back to get the ball. Rashford is having to drop back to get the ball. Pogba is deprived of service. So, like, it's been a very uneventful first half, especially for us United fans.
That's an understatement. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Solskjaer comes out of the blocks and how quickly he changes it, because there needs to be some change and something has to happen.
Like even on Twitter, though, McTominay is still there on the
Mhm.
pitch. I don't see him
Oh wow, wow,
moving
wow.
out. This is where Solskjaer lacks.
Hmm.
Donny Van de Beek was on the pitch in the second half. He was just, running around, warming up. I don't
Hmm.
want to wait until 60 minutes. I want to make that change now and surprise Arsenal. Frankly, we're just playing into their hands with the
Yeah.
same starting lineup. How's your FPL team doing today?
Sorry.
How's your FPL team doing? I made two changes and none of them played.
I I've done quite well, to be honest. Let's see. I think I've got around 50 points if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I have around 45 points with Son and Kane still to play, as will be the case with I think most of the world. So
Mm.
let's see. I hope Son and Kane do something and bring my points tally up. But yeah, the second half is about to start, and yeah, I don't see any changes like we discussed. So it's again open to discussion whether Solskjaer has maybe changed something in terms of the mentality or the tactics, possibly something maybe, but the formation still remains the same. Let's see if we can get, I think you were mentioning as well, maybe get Bruno and Pogba into the game a lot more. Let's
Mhm.
see if we can manage to do that, and if we do that we have a great chance of scoring, because yeah, Arsenal are not that great at the back.
Okay, so we started in the
Okay,
second
yes,
half on
yeah,
the front foot.
I can see, yeah, absolutely. The intensity, I think, will be there now. Yeah, that's what you want from McTominay. Like, you want him to hurry players on the ball
Yeah,
and make
he
that
wasn't
mistake.
doing that. It
Yeah,
felt as if he was being
exactly.
hurried unnecessarily by
Exactly,
Arsenal.
exactly. Yeah.
This team isn't great. This Arsenal team isn't like something
Isn't,
out of the
yeah,
ordinary.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, for a moment I was scared. I thought I saw Dean Henderson on the pitch, but that was burnt then. No.
Okay, let's see. Bruno with the cross. Oh, almost. Okay. Yeah. There's definitely a bit more intensity from United.
Hey,
And
I wanted to
that's
check real quick. Do you hear any echo on the stream? Yeah.
yep. Yes. There might be some echo from your end. I'm not sure why.
Hmm.
Maybe your audio input.
How about now? Okay, so we've had the best 2 minutes of the game
Nice.
so
So
far.
Greenwood is okay. Okay, Greenwood, take that shot. Take that shot. Take that shot. Okay, no. Cross it. It's a corner.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's much better now. Absolutely. You got it. Yeah, I think your echo is fixed.
Mhm.
So Van Bissaka tried, I think, putting in a cross and failing his look. Harry Maguire tried to head the ball, but he was under a lot of pressure. Wow. And then he was holding on to.
So let's see what change has Ollie made in this half because frankly I see more energy now.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a good sign.
yeah.
I just
I
don't
think
want
just
us
the
to go back.
press, the higher press has changed a little bit. Like,
Is it a high? Oh yeah, we're playing higher up now. With our defensive
yeah,
line
yeah.
has moved up.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But this is a little tricky, if Arsenal, because Arsenal has runners who can
Yeah,
run past
they
us. If they
can
run
get
past
in
us,
behind the back, but yeah,
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 then we know
yeah.
that Lindelof
That's
and
a risk for sure. But I think I see what Ole is trying to do. Like I think we discussed, we are the home team, and it's on to us to create things and make things happen.
mhm.
And I think this might be a good way as well. And there are risks with it, but I'm glad he is at least giving it a try and giving it a go.
And now we've started pressing Arsenal. Harry Maguire, uh, I don't know if you've noticed him. He comes into a very awkward position. Oh, that's a handball. That's a handball. Give him a yellow. Rob Holding should have had another yellow. He sort of handled the ball.
Hmm.
But yeah, Harry Maguire, he comes into an awkward position.
Yeah,
And then he puts pressure on other players who are coming towards him to get a pass.
yeah,
Because he does not pass, in time. He keeps looking, and then gives it back to Lindelof. And then the direction of the play changes.
yeah.
And we got him as a ball playing centre back.
Hmm. Yeah, we got him into the team because he was better on the ball than what we had. But oh, that's a blatant handball, right?
Yeah,
What?
Mike
What just
Dean
happened?
intercepting the ball for us, but now he's given it back to Arsenal. I don't know why he's doing that.
Crap. Mike Dean is having his
He always
best
makes the
game,
game
I
about
think.
himself.
Yep. I think he's as having a best game for himself. It's horrible. Okay, now I think Arsenal are kind of settling down a little bit. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's good to see we are pressing high up the
Well,
pitch, and
Greenwood
Pogba
ran
is.
after Aubameyang and took the ball off him. That was very good, very good.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
But this is not something that we want our attackers to do, right? Somebody who
Mhm.
has to be up top when the ball comes and there's a chance to score a goal. We don't want our attackers to be tired.
Yeah, I think it was Mike Dean who kind of saved us in that attacking move because we were quite open in the midfield and they had a lot of space to run into.
We've given Arsenal space again, and oh, Auba just came close.
Oh, crap.
Our Fred was not aware, like he wasn't paying attention, and he lost the chance, and Arsenal nicked the ball. McTominay again all over the pitch in that position.
Yeah,
Our throw-ins have been terrible in this game.
terrible,
The
terrible.
throw-ins that I've seen, we've just given the ball away.
Yeah,
Harry Maguire finds Pogba with a very neat long ball.
I think Fred is having a nightmare as well.
Fred blows hot and cold. Like he's frankly
Yeah,
having his
yeah,
best games in the Champions League.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Premier League, he just goes missing again. I'm like, why, Fred?
Yeah,
Like, just keep that consistency alive. Or maybe it's because McTominay isn't, doing his duties, so Fred is having to double up, for both the players, and he's not where he's supposed to be.
right. Oh, I think that was Lindelof who kind of got a deflection
Hmm.
on that shot
I think
and
was it
saved.
a deflection? The ball just sort of it turned away on its own. Because Lindelof is a little further away from
Yeah.
the ball.
How would you feel if we are able to just nick the game
1-0.
towards the end? Yeah.
I don't think it'll be anything worth writing about, but any win is
Hmm.
important at this point in time. I would be
Yeah.
happy with the
Absolutely.
three
Yeah.
points because
Hmm.
playing terrible and still winning the game, it
Hmm.
takes guts and it takes a lot of it takes big balls mentality. So
Yeah.
we have to keep ourselves in that position first of all, and not be 2-0 down. We
What
should
the
have
heck is
been
Fred
2 or 3
doing?
down.
Oh, come on. Just allowing Arsenal into the game now.
Maybe in the 60th minute we'll see a substitution happening. We have quality on the bench. Like we
Yeah,
have Van
we
de Beek,
have
we have
Donny van de
Cavani.
Beek. Yeah.
Bellerin needs to be given a yellow. Like he's been fouling Pogba a lot.
Hmm.
Oh, that was a push.
This is okay. Okay, let's see. At least we have some kind of position now. So maybe of those
It's been
300
an
odd
even half.
passes we have. Yeah,
It's been an even half. I think with the high line, we've seen more of the ball in
yeah, yeah.
Arsenal's half instead of just passing around in
Mm-hmm.
our own half.
Mm-hmm. And Pogba is also playing a lot higher than what he was.
Whoa! Luke Shaw with a good ball into the box onto Harry Maguire's head. How often have we seen that? This is the first time I saw it. Okay, Arsenal is susceptible to set pieces.
Yeah, yeah,
That's something
for
that
sure.
we have to take an advantage of. And with the defenders on yellow cards, they cannot, push around in the box.
Let's see.
And this will
Maguire
somehow.
has to become a real threat from set pieces. Oh, he has to. Oh,
That was a really good ball by Luke Shaw. Really good ball.
I think it's the Tellers effect. Like once the since Tellers has got, I think he played the first game against PSG, and looking at the quality of balls he was putting in, I think Luke Shaw has kind of up, taken it upon himself to improve and have a better crossing. Because we know that Van Bissaka from the right hand side almost does nothing.
Like both of them, they do nothing. Van Bissaka has had a better output than Luke Shaw.
Hmm.
But when we say better, it's because Luke Shaw has 1 assist or 2 assists in three
Yeah.
seasons. Van Bissaka has 3 assists in his second season,
Yeah.
like in playing in his second season. So it's not a lot of output considering Alexander Arnold has, 13, 14 assists every season. So from that perspective, our fullbacks are not
Mm-hmm.
prolific,
Yeah.
good defensively, but attack-wise, they are nothing home to write about.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if we want,
If we don't win, yeah, go ahead.
if we want width, I don't see these guys providing us that.
Hmm.
And this season will depend on that width
Hmm.
across the field if we are to play a diamond consistently.
Yeah. I think it's high time Oli makes a change now. I think it's the best time for him to make a change.
Because
60
we are gaining
minutes.
momentum, and
Yeah,
Arsenal has been pushed
exactly.
back. This is where you hit the nail, on its
Yeah,
head.
exactly. Exactly.
And Donny van de Beek can be that answer.
Exactly. I think that's what you need.
But I have a feeling he'll
Make
take off Pogba and bring in Donny van de Beek.
Yeah. It might be better because Pogba. I think if you just take out McTominay or someone and bring Van de Beek, you lose a lot of tracking back because you know that Pogba will not do that and Van de Beek will not do that. So
But
you leave Fred with a lot of pressure in the midfield.
Well, that'll still be better than just having McTominay now, right? With
Yeah.
McTominay, he's in no man's land, right? He is not moving up ahead to provide support, and he's not
Hmm.
coming back, and
Hmm.
he's losing the ball too often. So even
Absolutely.
if we get Van de Beek, at least we'll know we'll have that attacking threat.
Yeah.
But Arsenal will be pushed back irrespective. And
Yeah.
with Van
What
de Beek,
about what do you think if we bring McTominay off and bring Matic on? That allows Fred to go venture out a little bit.
it will
Do you
allow.
think that might be?
But do we really need that at this point in
I
time?
think Matic is coming on. I'm just, as I said that,
Like we
I'm
need a
taking a look
goal,
at
and
it.
we are thinking about shoring up our defense. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's that sort of a game.
yeah. But I think Matt. Oh my God, Lindelof is having.
Dude, I
Oh
hope
wow,
Maguire is down. I
wow.
seriously hope that guy gets some rest.
So Matic, I think, will allow uh, Fred and Pogba to go a little
Move up
bit
ahead.
further because he will take care of. I think he'll do a much better job of holding the midfield for Arsenal. So let's see. Let's see. At least he's making the change in around like 60 minutes. So that's good to see. He used to make those changes like 85th minute, 89th
Okay,
minute.
Arsenal
If you
has run into
remember the
space.
Europa League semi-final, he made the change in 85th minute, if I'm not wrong. 85th or 86th minute.
Yeah, that's what people are also saying. From halftime until when Oli made the sub, that's wasted time because the team is not changing.
Yeah, exactly,
We are not seeing
exactly.
anything different. It's like what we've seen, we saw it in the first half, and there is an issue.
So
Solve
yeah,
that issue.
I don't quite understand what Oli was expecting as well. Like, yeah, yes, you say the team to press a little bit higher, show a little bit of intensity, but if you put the same 11, how do you expect the game to be changed in the second half? So, like you said, it's just 15 minutes wasted. You could have done that change in the first in the break and could have easily seen how things are going for 15 minutes. Now, yeah, it's definitely lost time for sure. And Fred kind of looks a little bit knackered as well. Like
And
he played the whole Champions League game.
and we're losing possession from throw-ins. Like
Pogba is bad. It's frustrating to see Pogba.
Martic has been coming on for the last 3 or 4 minutes now. I haven't seen him come on.
No, come
Oh,
on.
Pogba
Let's
did
not.
one trick too many and loses the ball again. It's a story where we've just been losing the ball
Yeah.
in important positions, and we've gifting it away to
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal, who frankly,
Hmm.
for all their chances, have not been threatening on the goal. They have not been clinical in front of
Yeah.
the.
I think
Again,
it
we
was
lose the ball
Matic who
again.
was supposed. I think
And
it was
Lenny needs
McTominay who was supposed to come off, but I think he has changed his mind. And it's Fred who is coming off.
Arsenal is seriously grappling with our players. Like it's all yellow card fouls, and now Mike Dean has gone silent.
Yeah.
So Fred's off. Again, Fred with his back against,
Mm-hmm.
with his back towards the opponent's goal and facing our
Hmm.
goal, he wasn't doing great.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, I can see how McTominay is looking lost on the pitch. He has next to no creativity for sure. He has a passing range which is shorter than everyone on the pitch, and I don't know what he is doing, what he brings to the team. And like you said, with the Fred substitution, Ole I think is playing for a draw, and I don't quite understand why. You can just be a little bit more adventurous. You're the home team.
Like, okay, even if you want to play for a draw, it's like we're losing points at home.
Exactly.
And
And
when we,
we have taken like 1 point from
it's
12
like the teams are
possible
taking
points
points from
at
us.
home. Mm.
Chelsea came here and took a draw from us. Arsenal will
Yeah.
come here and they'll take a draw away from us. For them, this will be a good result that they haven't
Yeah,
lost,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
away. And for us, we haven't managed to win away.
absolutely. Yeah.
And then Ole
I
will
think
bring in.
Arsenal will take the draw for sure. It's just sad, yeah.
It's like waste of time watching a game where the manager is like, oh, 0-0 is a good draw or is a
Hmm.
good game, and then he'll give
Hmm.
smiles. This is where Ole frustrates me as a manager and a coach, where
Exactly.
he'll show that he's brilliant, and then all of a sudden, a game where he has to, showcase his tactics and his
Hmm.
managerial nuance, he comes off as a lesser manager than Big Sam.
Absolutely. You know what? I think if you have watched the Leicester versus Arsenal game last week, I think Arsenal were playing at home and Leicester gave them all the respect they deserve and hit them with a goal with Vardy coming onto the pitch very, very late. But that's what exactly Arsenal is doing with us. They came in with the intention that they'll just sit back and allow United to have all the position in the world, but they didn't do that. They saw that they have an opening and they made things happen in the midfield, and it's on to us now to create things to bring that creativity tenacity to the pitch, and we failed to do that again. And as the home team, it's kind of frustrating to see as well.
So Dagia is keeping us in the game
Yeah,
again.
yeah, for sure. He always has a blinder against Arsenal. I don't know what happens to him.
Like now, if Van de Beek does not come on,
Shoot.
like I will question as to why we really bought Van de Beek. You know, these are the games where you need your bench strength, and then you do not bring the strength of the
Hmm.
bench, and you say like not bringing him on just
Hmm.
tells him that he isn't better than the players who are there on the pitch, which is frankly a disgrace because he is definitely better than McTominay.
Yeah.
And that position, if McTominay is not doing anything, I'd rather bring Van de Beek on and get some, balls in the final third. Now, if you've seen, the momentum has shifted, and we are not seeing any ball in Arsenal's half.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Like Arsenal's playing circles around us of all teams.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why we are respecting Arsenal so much. It's oh my god. If you look at Bruno Fernandes and Pogba when Elneny is taking that shot, they're just jogging around. They should be much. They should have that intensity to close that space down, right? When you see a midfielder taking a shot from outside the box. Yeah.
But then we also need people who are ready, for when that counter attack happens. But right now, that
Yeah.
counter attack isn't happening.
Yeah.
We're not able to, control the
Yeah. I
possession in the
think Pogba
midfield.
has to be taken off. He has to be taken off. He has had a very poor game. Maybe Van der Beek, I think, is coming on now.
I
And
would
Cavani,
66 minutes, man. Like, come on, you've seen the game's been shit for 20 minutes
yeah.
already and wasn't better than the first half. Make a substitution at 45 minutes, change the game, and then wait for the next 15 minutes to see if, things happen. New signings, you give them 20 minutes and then you're like, oh, we made the changes and then Ole will give that smug little face. That's something that I hate.
Yeah, Pogba, I think, needs to come off. Yeah, he kind of fails regularly to take the game away during when you face
Okay,
bigger
has it been a
opponents.
penalty? It's been a penalty. I was telling that
It was Pogba, right?
I have a feeling. Is it a penalty or is it
Just
been
outside the
given?
box.
Yeah, Pogba. Tired.
Yeah,
Now, for everything that Ole has done, if he loses this game,
yeah.
is he a better manager
Yeah,
now?
the backlash is going to be horrible for, yeah. And Arsenal have just passed the ball
Yeah, it's
around
a
very,
penalty.
very, very, very fluidly.
It's a penalty. They're the ones who were more serious about winning the
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Oh, what the?
It was a terrible tackle, terrible, tired tackle. Pogba is tired.
He's just tired, yeah. He has cost us a lot of goals this game, like this season. And Auba scores the penalty. Yeah, so we are 1-0 down. And very smart play from Bellerin as well, coming in ahead of Pogba. So he knows he's anticipating that there will be a foot in the challenge, and he just tumbles down. I think it's fair. It's a fair penalty, and Pogba has, yeah, again disappointed everyone. Everyone.
And now, if you tell me a change isn't needed and we are playing for a draw, this is what happens when you play for a draw, especially a 0-0 draw. The team nicks a goal and you're left ruining the game because it's 70 minutes now. Arsenal, they don't
They'll
have to
just
do
sit back now.
anything.
Yeah, they'll just sit back and hit on the break. They know that they have that passing channel open for everyone to like run behind. And
Ole had his chances, and we've been talking about it since the first half. Ole had his chances. Now we'll see a reaction from him. Yeah, now we see him coming off the a
right.
dugout and, just trying to rally the troops, which is
Hmm.
pathetic. He
Yeah.
knew that we weren't doing anything.
Pogba, I think, yeah, just sad to see Pogba giving away stupid penalties and costing us big games. He's just not good enough.
Like, he is losing. Pogba has lost the ball.
Yeah.
Rashford is not getting the ball. And we still
I,
carry on with the same team, despite
you know
having a bench.
what's you know what's compounding on the Pogba effect and Pogba as a United player is the amount of statements he's making off the pitch and the performances he's putting on the pitch. They just don't match up. Like I don't see how Pogba at this level could be sought after by Real Madrid. I don't see how he
They don't
expects
want
Zidane
him
to
now.
actually buy him. Yeah, I don't expect how Zidane will make a bid for him or maybe want him and in his team. He's just, yeah, not been up to the mark, and he's just bringing his price down,
Or maybe he's doing it deliberately.
possibly.
Again, who gets a yellow in our team? Mason Greenwood. This is becoming,
Yeah, we have, yeah, for
we've
sure.
lost momentum today. We've
Yeah,
lost momentum today.
technically, I think Arteta has done a masterclass over Oli for sure. Tactically, and yeah, we are just not consistent with the passes we are making. We are not creating chances. We are not doing anything, and it's just by backward passes.
It's 71 minutes and we're not seeing any change. Like, he seriously thinks this team will hold on. Arsenal can nick another goal, man. Arsenal can nick another
Easy,
goal.
easy. And still, I can see McTominay on the pitch. I can't believe he's still there when we are chasing the game. At least now you can bring Van de Beek, right? No,
Like,
McTominay is just
McTominay's
passion, passion,
selection.
passion. That's it.
McTominay is a bench player. Why does he start? Like, I would get him on when we are 1-0 up and now we have
Yeah,
to close the game. That's where his energy comes in to press.
yeah.
He's doing nothing today. He's losing the ball. Like, everybody has been losing the ball today.
Mm. Yeah, if you
Pogba is
don't score
tired.
in the,
Pogba is
if you don't,
frankly, he gets tired after 50 minutes. Like, I don't see him as fit as he should be.
yeah, yeah. He's just tired and he's making not even like there's not intensity in the runs he's making. He's not intent like yeah, for sure.
Guys, get them on. Van de Beek has been standing in that box for 60 for 5 minutes now, and these guys are still thinking about a substitution.
Hmm. Van de Beek and Cavani are coming on. You can change the score if you are not.
Yeah, the score. I forgot. This is what I'm saying.
This is
Ole
just
has
bad.
a
Yeah,
big
but
game and then suddenly he messes up, and Arsenal has been his bogey team. He doesn't realize it. I don't know when will he realize this that
again, 72nd minute, it's too late now.
at least give those guys 20 minutes on the 25 minutes on the pitch. You know this team sucks, and
Yeah.
you're still thinking about, oh, do we make a change? No. Do we make a change? No. They're losing the ball. Diamond is not working. In the first half, we saw that Diamond was not working at all. And this Gabriel needs to be sent off, man. He's been fouling a lot. He's been fouling a lot. Dude, Gabriel needs another yellow card.
Yeah, how is that not a second yellow card?
That's a yellow card. He did not get the ball. Like, how is
This
Gabriel still on
Mike
the
Dean
pitch?
is. Oh my.
And where is Maguire? When the chance comes to have a shout out at the referee. So Greenwood has been taken off for Cavani.
That's second yellow. Come on.
That's a second
Crap.
yellow. That should have been a yellow. So Donny van de Beek has still not been brought in, mind you. He's still waiting.
This is just bad, yeah. Mike Dean is. Yeah, he has a game. He is having a game of his life. Stupid.
So Pogba isn't coming off. Bruno is off. Surprisingly. Is this guy bonkers or what?
So it's Bruno and Pogba coming off?
No.
Bruno and Greenwood.
Yeah. This guy seriously has gone bonkers.
This is what
And that's
this is
why
what I think
the
gets
United
fans
fans come
against.
up and say
Yeah.
Oli has to be sacked. Like
Uh,
frankly, brings it upon himself.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the worst two players are still on the pitch, Pogba and McTominay. I know it's not fair to say that Bruno has had a wonderful game or anything like that, but you know that he has that spark of creativity. You know he can create things, and not keeping him on the pitch, substituting Greenwood and Bruno is, I think, yeah, he's just bringing these comments on himself now. The worst two players on the pitch, McTominay and Pogba. What a shocker! Yeah, I don't know what's the thinking behind keeping Pogba on the pitch. I think he just lost it. And like I said, don't act like you wanted to stay on the pitch and create something. You're just
Yeah.
the French Charlie Austin. Yeah. That's a good move by Arteta because he knows that United need to open up a little bit and he'll find space behind the defense line. So he has brought on
Like Oli, I think
Nketiah.
he only wants to lose 1-0 and not 2-0. That's why I took Bruno off. For
Uh,
like why? You're losing anyways.
yeah. McTominay is just crap.
And Luke Shaw is taking corners,
He's
man. What is he thinking with
yeah.
that terrible corner? Cavani will be thinking, why did I
Uh,
move to United?
Looking at the Premier League form, it just feels like we'll win the Champions League and get relegated out of it. Yeah. That's how kind of we're playing at this moment.
Harry Maguire 1-on-1 versus who's that guy? Nketiah. Why are you giving the ball back, yaar?
This is just bad, yeah. I think
I don't know. The players know that.
Ole has just lost the plot in this game for sure. Arteta has clearly outplayed him, and the discussion we we're having at the start of the game may have just come back to bite us now.
Rashford has not seen the game.
Yeah, he has not been in the game for constantly for 5 minutes now. Like for the whole game, I think he has not been in any sort of passing moves for 5 minutes, no longer than 5 minutes. McTominay, he has next to no vision, man.
And Arsenal taking all the time in the world to sort of let
Yeah,
the time
obviously.
roll on.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alvi, give me a couple minutes. I'll just,
yeah, go ahead.
vent out my anger against Ole and come back.
Rashford with the shot, which he's claiming to be a corner, but it's not for sure. And yeah, we are just bad. We have not created anything. Pogba has been, I think, the worst player on the pitch. Uh, After I think McTominay for sure has been the worst player on the pitch. After which comes Pogba, and now Arsenal are just milking the game, milking every opportunity to they get, and running the clock down. Raw holding, sitting down, just get off the pitch, man. Just get off. Yeah, and the home form for United has been horrendous, and it looks like it will continue. And like I mentioned, I think at the start of the stream that Arsenal have not won here for the last 16 years, and it seems like they'll win here today. They'll take something off United, and I think they will deserve it as well because they have been the better team for sure. Uh, they have been a lot more creative on the most important part of the pitch, and they have, uh, yeah, they have been the better team for sure. And Pogba, just frustrating to see Pogba this way. Like he creates next to nothing. He takes up positions which don't help the team in any shape or form. The tackles he makes, the trackbacks, they are not up to the mark. It's just bad. It's Pogba has to improve his game a lot more. Being one of the most senior players as well is not helping Pogba. Like everyone looks up to him, everyone thinks he can take the game by the scruff of the neck and actually make things happen. But I don't think that's happening any which way. And McTominay is just not a United player for me. I think it's my personal opinion. And McTominay, uh, yeah, he's just not a United player. He has no vision. He has no passing range. He brings no creativity to the pitch. Just the energy part. You expect a United player to give their all, to give everything on the pitch, and just for that attribute, if you are a United player, that's not something you want to see. I know it's a little bit harsh, but the way he puts himself forward in press conferences, if he did just 1% of that on the pitch, that would be better, right? But still, I don't see McTominay how or what he brings. Yeah, and I can see the meltdown happening on Twitter as well with United fans with Oli, and it's all fair. I think Oli has brought it on himself, the criticism, the haters to start saying Oli out because he has been outplayed. He has been put to bed by Arteta with his tactics. He didn't make the changes. He didn't make even if he made the changes, he didn't make the right changes in my opinion. And yeah, Arsenal have been much better than what we have been, and I think they will take the points from us, and we'll be left lingering in 15th or 16th if I'm not wrong. when we had a real chance of making strides towards the top of the table. Now we will be left behind, and playing for a draw at home. It's just horrible. Yeah, just thought we had a better chance of creating
For
something.
people wondering why I changed, I'm an Everton supporter. No, I'm a City supporter now. I want to be in
Yeah.
Manchester and
Uh,
support Mikel Arteta as guru,
yeah.
Pep Guardiola. But
This is just bad. This is just horrible. Like as United fans watching this game, you came up with a lot of expectations.
oh, that should I am sorry to have made that thing. Matic just missed the chance. He missed the sitter. Gabriel again. We'll have to see this up close.
Matic
That
is
was a
playing a
lunge.
lot
That was a
up ahead.
lunge by Gabriel. That was a lunge by Gabriel. I think Mike Dean has an agenda against United today. Like I know Ole has set ourselves to lose, but oh,
Yeah, it's too late to start creating chances. We should be doing this from I think most of the second half, maybe mid of the first half. But yeah,
Gabriel
I think
has
it's
been
just too
lucky,
late.
dude. Gabriel has been really lucky to not seen a red. That guy should have been off, 10 minutes ago. Gabriel should have been off 10 minutes ago. And then he again went for a lunge on Matic in the
Did he
box.
get the ball? But I think he got the ball,
He
right?
got the ball,
Yeah,
but
I think
then
he
it
got the
was it
ball.
was a lunge. It was a yellow card tackle the way he went on to
Hmm.
Matic, like legs up.
Yeah, I think just the ball just saved him getting the ball.
Mike Dean has been frustrating today. He's not been consistent with his decisions. First half,
Elneny
almost an
hits the
own
bar.
goal.
Yeah.
Come on, El Neni, score for us.
It's just sad to see Manchester United Twitter account still putting out positive posts saying keep pushing.
Keep pushing.
We are
Like
close to equalizing.
I can't even fault them, and Ole, has sent this team out.
That's
Like those guys, it's their job, right? They
yeah, yeah.
they have to support the team no
Yeah, I
matter
think
what.
it's a lot on I think this defeat will be everything has to be on Oli because yeah, as the manager you have the power to make changes and change the game around, and yeah, I think it's a great save by Leno. He hit his face. He knew nothing about it.
Imagine
Good
having
save.
Granit Xhaka there, and he would have ducked.
Yeah.
Oh man, how I miss Granit Xhaka today.
So
Arsenal
yeah,
is
I
bringing
think
another defender
this.
in, and they
Yeah,
are
for
taking
sure.
Aubameyang off. They took
Yeah.
Auba, they took Willian off. This is what managers do when you see that you want. Oh, Matic pushing Aubameyang. Aubameyang isn't even coming off the pitch when his number is up.
I think nowadays it's very hard to waste time with substitutions, right? Because you can go off from any side of the pitch, and the new player comes in.
Mustafi's on. So Ole has left it way too late. I won't even
Yeah,
say
yeah.
little late, way too late to make any sort of an impact. And who gets a yellow card? We get a yellow card. Oh, Oba gets a yellow card finally
Over gets a yellow
because
card.
he still hadn't walked off. He should have been shown a red card.
Yeah. So it's too late for the passion. It's too late for everything.
Maitland Niles in for Willian. So Arsenal has seven defenders. Seven defenders. Like, what will Cavani and Van de Beek do when you give them 12 minutes, frankly, against seven
Yeah.
defenders? When your team couldn't have done anything else and you still, stuck on with the same squad, the same formation.
Hmm.
And if this Arsenal squad gets another goal, I'll be livid with Solskjaer.
Yeah, yeah, I don't expect United to do create anything after
We
this.
wasted the first half.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
wasted the
absolutely,
momentum in the second half. We were like pressing Arsenal in that moment. We could have made a change and
absolutely.
just taken the control of the game as we were so talking about it.
Yeah, I'll just get a cup of coffee. We'll just keep talking. Just be back.
People would say an injustice has been done because Gabriel isn't off, but frankly, I don't care about that. The team that was set out today was set out for a loss. McTominay starting with Donny van de Beek on the bench, Matic on the bench. I know we have a game coming up in the Champions League, but that's Istanbul Basaksehir. It's not Bayern Munich that we are playing against. Bruno maybe was taken off with an eye towards the Champions League game. But frankly, we knew the writing was on the cards, and the game against Chelsea told us that we have to be more clinical. We have to take our chances if we want to be in the top four again. And Ole has set this team up for a loss. This 1-0 is on him. Like if finding ways to pass the ball back and not move it forward. We haven't moved it forward, and McTominay has been the passenger. Frankly, he should have been given the red card, and we would have still been playing the same with or without him. So 90 minutes on, and I think we have 2 minutes, 4 minutes of injury time, and Mikel Arteta, frankly, has done, a trick over Oli again. 2 games running in the Premier League. For everything, all he says, "Oh, we're changing the culture, we're changing this, we're changing that." Bollocks. We're not changing anything in the Premier League. He just goes back to the same old PE teacher that he is. He has tactics, is everything, but then we managed to lose the plot. 5-0 we won here, 5-0 against RB Leipzig. And the same team is looking a shadow of itself. No wonder Arsenal deserve it after beating champions of Ireland. Like, if I were Donny van de Beek, I'd be asking myself, what is it that I've done to not be starting in the Premier League? Especially in a game where Fred, McTominay, and Pogba have done nothing. Pogba just gave away a penalty. And this was a game where he could have made an impact, even if it was just 45 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, so we have 4 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes, 2 minutes done, man. 2 minutes done. Like, where are we in the standings? We are 16. Today was a good
16.
chance of winning 3 points and being as close to the top four as we could. But now we're
Yeah,
falling further away, and the leaders will run away. Liverpool
yeah.
will be 9 points
Liverpool, I
ahead of
think
us, and
they are
Liverpool isn't playing
already.
well.
Yeah, they are already running away from the bunch, and they will take the league if this carries on. And I think the whole result falls on Oli for sure.
This is on him. I have a feeling we'll do well in the Champions League, but then Ole will get the sack.
Yeah, I think he.
His Premier League form will come into question. He is not doing anything in the Premier League to deserve
Yeah.
support. And all the fanboys out there saying Oli deserves support. Why? Like, why can't you be consistent 2 games in a row?
That's what I think is the problem with Oli, right? And United as a whole as well. Like we get a great result, and instead of leveraging that and bringing home a great result. We drop points. That's what it is. Yeah. And I think Matic has had a lot more shots than Rashford this
Matic
game.
has made movements. He's run into opposition box as well, more than Rashford, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. McTominay, I think the worst players on the pitch are still on the pitch and doing
For
nothing,
all
next to nothing.
McTominay's energy, it hasn't been
Nothing.
utilized today. He's done
Yeah.
nothing. He's
Yeah.
not won the ball back at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's
what
just
energy are
woeful.
we talking about?
Woeful. It's just woeful. The performance, pathetic from
No
the
through
players.
balls, no nothing. It's reminiscent of the
Yeah.
Tottenham game. No wonder Tottenham beat us 6 goals to 1. Like Tottenham
Absolutely.
is miles ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cavani gets a yellow card.
And
Gabriel,
giving,
how that guy stays on the pitch, I still don't know.
we are just panicking in the box now. It's bad. And I'll be off social media for a couple of days with all the Arsenal fans.
Okay, the game's up.
Yeah.
1-0 to Arsenal. Mike Dean has been the star man for Arsenal today.
Yeah.
And Mikel Arteta, it's a deserved win. I mean, they got their tactics spot
Absolutely.
on. They knew what they
Absolutely.
were doing. And Ole
Absolutely.
Gunnar Solskjaer was like lost. When the diamond didn't work, he was lost. He didn't know what to do. And Arsenal just made a mockery of our final win against RB
Of
Leipzig.
our, yeah.
So, Red Devils United, full time. We've lost to Arsenal 1-0. And we'll be starting with our review of this game.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, at the start of the
So yeah,
game, like we were
let's
what, 14th or 15th?
15th, if I'm not wrong. And I think we will stay there for the time being. But given the other results, yeah,
So Chelsea's on to 12 points, Arsenal's on to 12 points, and City is 11.
yeah, we stay in 15th with 7 points, and
Mm,
we do nothing. That's it.
so yeah, I don't see us moving ahead. And for all the talk that Arsenal was having that they're better than us, they were clearly
Yeah,
better than us today.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's been a terrible fixture. Scott McTominay
It's
for all his chat and stuff about, oh, we're
yeah.
united, we're this, we're
Let's
that.
do this.
Come on,
Let's
man.
go through the whole squad and let's see what we have to say on individual player performances and only managerial performances. So let's do that. Let's start with who do you want to start with? It's up to you.
For me, Ole, he has to take the blame, and frankly, this guy, I can't stand his face today. Like, after a final victory on Leipzig, and then, you come out with such tactical bullshit,
Hmm.
and you're not even changing it. What's with so much quality on the bench,
Hmm.
right? The bench was more expensive than the starting 11, I feel,
Yeah.
and he didn't change. So, in terms of the ratings, I'd say Ole has to take all the blame.
Yeah.
McTominay knows he's a limited player, but then the manager
It's
kept him playing.
it's
So
the manager. It's up to the manager exactly.
today it's the today it's on the manager.
Yeah. 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 As much as you say, like the 5-0 win against Leipzig was great and everything, and Oli did the. I think he got it most of the things right in that game. I think he got most of the things wrong in this game. Keeping Pogba, McTominay on the pitch. Beginning, like let's take a look at it from the start and take a step back and see what was happening before the game. So when the lineups were announced, I was excited. I'll not lie, I was excited looking at the formation and the squad and the team which we had picked, because solely because the diamond formation had worked for us in the last game, and why not stick with something which has worked for you in the past and see if we can do a better job at it and keep improving. So we had the team, the formation right, but for the first 45 minutes, we were terrible. We were not able to string passes together and not even hold on to the position for more than 5 minutes. Arsenal were much better. They hit the bar. Willian hit the bar. I think Aubameyang was troubling a lot. The midfield for Arsenal did a great job. Arteta got that aspect right and how to tackle a diamond formation. I think they got that absolutely right. But as we went into the second half, we knew that Ole has to make that change. He has to switch things around, and he did. He actually, I think we saw a little bit more intensity in terms of what we were doing as a whole, and we are pressing a little bit higher. We were passing the ball around a little bit fluidly, but like we discussed, we wanted to see Van der Beek on the pitch. We wanted to see uh, someone like Cavani, someone like Matic onto the pitch, and he brought all those players in, but took the wrong players out, and I think
He
that's where we lost the game. We
like
could have easily switched our formation to a 4-3-3 and put Rashford on the wings, Cavani through the center, and Greenwood from the right,
at
and
nil-nil.
allowed, yeah,
Like I think we could have also moved back to a three at the back, right? If we wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
preserve that 0-0 game, we
yeah,
could have brought in Axel Tuanzebe and taken off McTominay
yeah,
or maybe Fred. Because we
yeah.
know Matic and McTominay they do not play well at all. I think Matic and Fred are still better than Matic and McTominay.
And it's just sad to see Matic having a lot more shots than Rashford, because Rashford and I think Greenwood had a couple of shots, but still, Matic taking shots from the edge of the box just says everything about the game. And we gave away the penalty. It was completely Pogba's fault. I think it was around the 65th minute when Ole still had the chance to bring the right players onto the pitch and change the game, even if we were 1-0 down. But still, he got things wrong. He kept Pogba, persisting with Pogba. He kept McTominay on, who had a crap game, who I think is fair to say, I think his worst performance in a United shirt. And he has been putting a lot of those performances off late. He has not been great at all. Even though Soldier comes out in the press conferences and says that he brings a lot of energy and tenacity to the pitch, I don't see a United player, a player who can be playing for United just because he has the energy. He has to bring a lot more onto the pitch. Maybe something can be done with McTominay, but I'm not a huge fan of his. He, I think, he needs to stay on the bench for a lot longer. And similarly for Pogba, a player who is a World Cup winner, who knows how to handle pressure situations, he's not able to influence the game. And Pogba, I think, yeah, but it all eventually falls down to the manager. He had every chance to change the game, every chance, and he took the wrong decisions.
It was still, I think,
And
70
like you,
minutes when the game was 0-0.
exactly,
And we
yeah,
were
yeah,
all talking about, okay, just make the change. Matic was
yeah,
brought on, and then we were like, okay, get Donny van de Beek on, and let's see if we can get that one goal. And who nicks that goal? Arsenal. And at that very moment, you were talking about how Leicester nicked the goal. And
yeah,
suddenly we see Arsenal has won
exactly,
a penalty and they
exactly
score.
that way.
And
Yeah,
that's it. That's game over because we created nothing. I didn't even
nothing.
see any shot at goal until Donny van de Beek came on and brought that a header from El Neni onto his own goal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That is what
I
Donny
think
van de
Van der
Beek
Beek,
brings.
exactly. So when you know that a team is tired and you have, I think Arsenal had two defenders who were on yellow card. You could have easily taken advantage of that. You know that they will be under pressure while making challenges. They will, even if they get it slightly wrong, even though Mike Dean had a game of his life, he definitely should have sent Gabriel off for that second yellow. But let's not talk about refereeing decisions because it completely falls down on the manager and the team as a whole. We just let everyone down, allowing Arsenal to go away with 3 points from Old Trafford is just embarrassing to say the least.
And
because
London has
yeah,
been our bogey year this year. London has
yeah,
taken us. Like Tottenham took 3 points, Arsenal took 3 points, Chelsea took away a point,
Crystal Palace
Crystal
three
Palace took
points.
away 3 points. So and London has the most teams. At this rate, we lose to West Ham as well,
Yeah, yeah.
and
So
any other
we,
team,
I think
Fulham
we
as well.
have taken, yeah. So we have from our home games we have taken 1 point. If we exclude the Champions League game, we have just taken 1 point from
Which
our
is one
four
point
home games.
out of four. And home
Yeah,
is where the advantage is. I would have said home is where the heart is, but say fans come on, right, in the new year. Maybe not now, but say around March or April. That's where I think we're playing some of the reverse fixtures, end of Feb and March. And if the fans are there again, we'll go and we'll be in pressure. And Ole is getting that pressure on himself unnecessarily.
it's
Like
yeah.
unnecessarily.
I don't want to
Why?
come across as only out because I still think he has something in him because he knows the United DNA and the way we do things at United. But still, I think I think he has given the fans nothing to be proud of as of yet. And the only out brigade will be in full force today because if you open up social media for a while, even for 5 minutes, you will see only out just ringing through. And I think he deserves it given the decisions he made in this game and the changes he made in this game. And it's fair to say it's all on Oli and the players he picked. And yeah, I think like you said, it wraps up perfectly that Oli started off with a great formation but didn't know what to do after that when it was not working. And
Yeah,
that's the whole
that's
story
the
of the
point.
game.
You play well and you
Yeah,
lose. We support you anyways. But you play shit and you lose,
exactly.
and then you
Exactly.
repeat, you keep doing that consistently for the fourth game running
Yeah.
at home, and then you expect us to support you.
Yeah.
Everybody can see the mistakes that are being made. And then Harry Maguire comes on and is like, "Oh, we played bad and this and that." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Dude, you're not
yeah.
the
We'll
captain
have the
at
same
all."
statements again. Yeah, we'll have the same repetitive statements again that we should have done much better. We will come out strongly next time, and We'll have to bring our performance levels up. But yeah, it's just crap crap performance. I think Arteta deserves all the praise he will get, and Arsenal fans will start thinking that they will win the league. And yeah, let's give them this opportunity and let them have this time to enjoy because they have taken 3 points from Old Trafford and it's all on us.
And yeah, like this is a throwback to last season when we were, playing games like this and we were not seeing any substitutions. But then we knew that there wasn't any quality of the bench to come on and change
Yeah,
the game. But today we knew there
yeah,
was quality and we could have changed the game in so many more ways than just one. Even a defender could have been brought in and we could have had the same formation as Arsenal. But
yeah,
Ole is missing a point. He's missing a big point. Big, big, big point here. Players, they are blowing hot and cold. Is it that there are too many games this season? Like we're playing Champions League,
hmm,
then Premier League, then Champions League, then Premier League, then Carabao Cup and FA Cup will come on. And is it that, or is it seriously that Ole does not deserve to be a manager? I saw comments yesterday or day before where Ole was talking about, how this is his dream job and he loves every minute of this job.
hmm.
Like,
Yeah. I
how
think we
does that
have.
love transpire right now? And we can see you making the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
mistakes day in, day out in the Premier
Yeah,
League. Do we want a manager
yeah,
who's just good against the top six? Or do we want a manager who is consistently good against every team in the Premier League? Like Klopp, when he
yeah,
came on, he was consistent against every team. He knew there were certain games that we should not be losing it, and he made sure that they came up with a draw, be it 1-1 or a 0-0. And there were certain games
yeah,
where he knew they had to win, and Liverpool went and won it. We are not doing it, and that too at home. It baffles me. It like really baffles me and saddens me to be a United fan. Like,
yeah. I think Oli is not helping himself as well. Like the fans, like me and you, who want to support him, want him to do good as the manager for United. He is not helping his cause at all. Like the decisions, the teams he's putting out. Uh, it looks like we are doing very well in the Champions League for sure. But when it comes to the Premier League, 15th with 7 points, uh, we have lost half the games we have played in the Premier League, and all of them at home is absolutely not good enough. Yeah, he's just not helping his cause at all, and it's getting very difficult for us fans who want to be optimistic for him. Like we see a future with him to like carry on supporting him or making a case for him. It's getting very difficult, and these sort of performances, a couple of these sort of performances will show him the door for sure.
Like another, I feel another two losses at home or bad poor
Yeah.
performances at home. He's out.
Hmm.
I don't care if our Champions League
Yeah.
form is thrilling.
Yeah.
Mauricio
Yeah.
Pochettino will be looking at this and he'll be,
Yeah.
feeling
He'll be
as if he's
smacking his
back in the
lips like,
race.
yeah.
And somehow I feel Ole is like, he brings upon the sack and then he goes on a run of good games and he saves his ass. I'm like, why do you do that?
Exactly.
That's where we lose out on consistency, on everything that this team needs right now.
Yeah. I think,
So
yeah, I think it's also the fact that Ole, I think, is inviting all the pressure on himself by not taking the right decisions, and eventually it will catch up to him. You will not be able to bounce back from a lot of similar kind of situations. Eventually, it will catch up to you, and you will get the sack for sure. So yeah, I think it's looking inevitable, but I want to be positive for him, but these sort of performances are not helping his cause at all.
and even Roy Keane, like he's also questioned. Oh, then he's like, after the Tottenham game, we thought we had turned the corner. We beat Newcastle, then we beat PSG. We got that draw, and then we beat Leipzig. But have we turned the corner yet? We still haven't.
No, no.
Like against
Yeah,
Newcastle,
it's like you take two steps forward and you immediately take 5 steps back, and you will have to start from negative again, and we have a -4 goal difference.
yeah, and it's not helping us. It's just not helping us at all. And Mohamed El Neni, like he and Partey are building quite a partnership. Like El Neni was out in the cold under Unai Emery, and
Yeah,
today he played really well against us.
yeah,
And Ole had no answer. Like these are the things that a manager does. He sees like if Arsenal or any other team is winning the midfield battle, you make changes to ensure that they don't win that midfield battle. Because in a diamond, the midfield is very important. That's where, and if you're losing in that, even with a diamond, that means the diamond isn't working. Now you ensure you make changes so that you get back into the game. Did we do it? No,
absolutely.
we didn't do it.
Yeah, I think it all falls to Oli, and he has to take every blame, every piece of criticism that comes his way, and he has to. I'm not sure how he comes back from this. I don't even want to contemplate that in this stream. Let's see how it goes. We'll again be, I think, we'll do well in the Champions League. We'll get our hopes high, and maybe the next game it's against Everton. You never know. Everton have been in a losing streak, but I don't see us going to Everton and getting a result as well. So
That'll be
yeah,
a
it's all
tricky
going
game because
downhill.
Everton
Yeah,
has lost two in a row.
yeah,
Richarlison will be back,
yeah.
and James Rodriguez will be back.
Will be fit. Yeah,
And Everton will be in a much better a place than us to
hmm,
win that game. And now, at this stage of the Premier League, Ole has been the first manager since David Moyes to record such a low tally of points.
yeah.
And like he's breaking all records, the good ones and the bad ones. And frankly, this is a manager that we really don't want. He's been here for 2 years now, I think. close to 2 years,
Yeah,
just a
it'll
month
be
shy.
second year, full second year if he gets through,
Yeah, and
if he's lucky.
have we seen any progress? The last season, the progress that was there was because of the restart and the fact that there were five substitutions.
Yeah,
That helped our cause. But I haven't seen any change, in the way teams are being selected, in the way substitutions are being made.
yeah,
And we have been begging for change since,
a
what,
long time.
7 years now? Like that change is still happening. And like I felt that this team, despite not being Ole's team and despite players not being bought as per his needs and requirements, this team is still great. Not great, but good enough to
Yeah,
challenge for top four,
absolutely.
in different ways. Do you think that we'll enter the transfer market again in the winter to sort of get that winger that we so desperately need now? Or do you think we'll stick by this
Yeah,
team?
I think given this performance, if you ask any fan this question, you would say that I want the manager to be changed first before bringing in any players, because what's the point in supporting a manager when you know that these kind of results are on along the way? You don't, even if I was the administration or the board member, I definitely would not spend my money on this manager, because you know that you're going to expect these kind of results, these kind of naive decisions which you take along the way. So yeah, if you ask any fan at this point in time, you would say that if we have a new manager, then yes, we will bring in some players. But if we have only, I don't see how we spend money if these kind of results run through the January window. So I don't expect anyone to come in. And also, if you keep in mind the players we had on the pitch as opposed to Arsenal squad, we were quality wise much better any day. Any day that the quality we had on the bench, the quality of players we had on the pitch, we were any day better than Arsenal. And we should have easily at least gotten some kind of result from this game. And we gave them a lot of undue respect, just holding back, sitting back for 45 minutes. I'm not sure what happened in the first 45. I don't even want to remind myself of that. But second half, we had all the chances in the world to make changes and start creating for ourselves. But still, we made the wrong decisions. And yeah, I think I'll just leave it on that, saying if we don't take if Oli does not take the right decisions in the next couple of games before the international break, and does not improve on the home results, I think it's inevitable
It is game over, yeah,
before
because
Christmas, I'd say.
consistency comes from the manager. And the
Yeah,
manager has not been consistent in his decision making, in his team
yeah.
selections, in his
Mhm.
thought process, in his tactics. And how can we expect the team to be consistent? I cannot fault the players at all today. So
Absolutely.
the blame
Yeah, I
lies
think,
at
yeah,
Ollie's door.
I don't quite seem to, yeah, I'll not agree with you on that fact, saying the players are not to be blamed. They are, not, no doubt, because the players we had on the pitch, like I said, are capable enough to create things. If you say to me that Pogba is not good enough in comparison to Partey and Elneny in the midfield, then there's a huge problem at United,
But
because
then
we
they're
are
not same
showing that.
players, right? We're like comparing apples to oranges here.
No, yeah,
When you put
absolutely, but
Partey
still,
and Elneny on Pogba, it's we know that Partey and Elneny are coming out winners.
yeah, absolutely. But you have four midfielders, to be correct, four midfielders against Arsenal's, I guess, three, and still not taking the upper hand, even though you have one midfielder more than Arsenal in the game. I don't see how you cannot put some blame on the players. But yeah, absolutely, it again all comes down to Oli, where he could have taken that decision and executive decision to bring Pogba out, bring McTominay out, bring in Van de Beek, bring in Matic, allow Fred to a little bit of more freedom, and keep Bruno and Van de Beek on the pitch. Maybe even I think even taking out McTominay and bringing Mata on could be a better decision
Oh,
than
I would have.
allowing McTominay to carry on till 90
Yeah,
minutes.
might as
I
well play
feel it.
Marta than
Yeah,
McTominay.
absolutely. So
Marta
I
at
am
least
not
doesn't
a
lose the ball.
yeah, I'm not a huge advocate for Mata. I know he has like the game has moved past him, but I still feel that in this game, if we had taken McTominay off and brought even Mata on, we could have put up a better fight against Arsenal. So yeah, there's a lot of blame to be put on Oli, but I just cannot let the players also come out of the pitch without any blame. There's a lot of blame to be taken by the players as well, but the blunt of it should go to Oli for sure.
For real. And we know that, see, certain players have not been in form. Pogba,
Yeah,
he's not been fit enough. He's not
yeah.
been good
He just
enough.
looks, yeah. He
He's good
just
from the
looks knackered
bench.
for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe it's the coronavirus that he had that's having an effect on him. But when you know that that's the case, for me, I feel that Pogba will not be starting the game against Istanbul Basaksehir, and we'll
I
see
feel he
Bruno
will
and Donny
not.
van
He
de
should
Beek
not be
starting.
starting against Everton as well. I don't see
Oh,
how he should
that
be
game,
starting against Everton.
Allen and Doucouré will have a
Yeah,
field day against
they just run
Pogba.
over him. Yeah,
So again, that's a pivotal game. Our home form has been baffling, and I think the game against Everton
away.
is away,
Yeah,
or is it home?
it's away.
So for me, I see us winning that game and then Ole bringing himself back into contention,
Mhm.
which goes against everything that I stand for today. Yeah,
Yeah,
Everton versus Man United is away.
yeah,
So I have a feeling we'll beat Istanbul Basaksehir. We'll get points against Everton just because it's an away game, and then West Brom we're facing them home. West Brom will kill us at home. And if that happens, like I really want Ole to be out. I
yeah,
really, really want him to be out. And I feel any manager, maybe Pochettino, can do a better job than Ole at the moment. So it's been a very, very what do I say, a frustrating game for me. I was really looking forward to Man United playing Arsenal, Ole's 100th game, off the back of a 5-0 win over Leipzig, Marcus Rashford scoring that amazing hat trick, super fast hat trick. But then our inconsistencies bit us in the back again
yeah,
in the Premier League at home. So as things stand, we are 15th in the league with 7 points. Frankly, our lowest points tally after 6 games. It's still early days, 32 games to go, but then
yeah,
games are coming thick and fast, and two more displays like this, I feel it'll be hard for us to even make a push for top four. And that's where we are at the moment.
yeah,
Eyes next to the Champions League game against Istanbul Başakşehir. If you feel that we deserved a loss, give us a like and let us know what you think about the game today and what are your thoughts about our match against Istanbul and Everton up next.
yeah.
So, yeah, shall we end this?
Yeah, let's end this misery and yeah,
And
let's
just
not
go back
waste
to our
our
own lives and find
yeah, let's not
enjoyment
waste our
elsewhere.
Sunday discussing United's pathetic game, and yeah, let's do this.
Okay, so Red Devils United. Then, as always, we are at 99 subscribers. One subscriber will take us to 100. Help us reach that landmark, and we'll come back with more content for you all. And until the game against Istanbul Başakşehir, hope you have an amazing Sunday and stay safe.